Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be presenting a marketing plan analysis for Lyft, which is an American ride-sharing company based in San Francisco, California.
Lyft's main source of revenue is partnering with drivers and their cars. They focus much of their time, money, and effort into maximizing their customers' experience. They do this through minimal waiting times, cashless payments, and smaller fares than typical taxi cabs and other competitors. To maintain the strong relationship with their customers, they offer promotions through social media, allow customers to rate their drivers and experiences, and employ an extensive and fast customer support system. To appeal to any kind of potential customer, Lyft offers different ride segments and options. Options for choices like Lyft Share, which pairs you with customers that have similar routes and cuts the cost of the ride nearly in half, allow for all types of people to use their ride service. In addition to this, their basic cost structure allows them to efficiently calculate their fixed costs and efficiently estimate their variable costs. After its IPO in 2019, Lyft hopes to double down on its significant growth through continuing to foster personal relationships between drivers and riders, investing in innovative marketing strategies, and expanding to gain a greater market share. Lyft is an on-demand ride-sharing company that launched in 2012. Their mission statement is to provide safe, affordable, and quick transportation. Since its initial launch in 2012, Lyft now completes over 2 million individual rides per month between over 644 cities in just the US alone. One of Lyft's mission statements was to take advantage of all the empty passenger seats in commuting cars. In addition to transitioning the basic ride-sharing system, Lyft has also invested in scooter and bicycle ride-sharing systems, as well as a food delivery service. They are currently the second largest ride-sharing company in the United States, with a market share of 28%, and hope to expand this through strategic marketing strategies.
In order to withstand the stiff competition in the ever-evolving transportation industry, operating with a defined mission and a robust set of goals alongside analyzing the competitive advantage it experiences will help Lyft to endure a lasting brand value. What makes Lyft unique from its competitors is the very fact that it weaves its mission seamlessly as if it were a conversation. The mission, which goes by improving people's lives with the world's best transportation, makes it evident as though every single person associated with the company owns this very mission. Given that millions of people use Lyft for commuting from place to place on a daily basis, the company demonstrates that people from all backgrounds, neighborhoods, and walks of life can come together, even if the trip is a short one. As things stand at present, Lyft's focus on relentless growth and development is indicative that the company has a solid set of core values which it enables to cater to the needs of its customers. Its core values are as follows: to be yourself, which encourages people to live authentically and trust their voice. Secondly, uplift others, which ensures that people take care of each other no matter which seat they're sitting in. And finally, to make it happen, which believes in making an impact and owning the work that is done. Switching gears to the goals, there are two primary goals which go hand in hand, which will ultimately pave the road ahead for Lyft. Firstly, in its pledge to make cities healthier and greener, Lyft by 2025 plans on reducing carbon dioxide emissions in the United States by 5 million tons. To achieve this, it aims to power all its autonomous electric vehicles from renewable sources of energy. Secondly, to turn the above goal into reality, as well as to achieve the sustained yearly growth, Lyft has a target of reaching a minimum of 1 billion rides per year solely from autonomous electric vehicles by 2025. Upon hitting a minimum of 1 billion rides, there will be a significant decrease in carbon dioxide emissions. Next, the San Francisco-based ride-sharing company expressed its goals in a simple statement. Lyft is planning to improve society by making streets safer, cities healthier, and traffic a thing of the past. By deploying autonomous electric vehicle technology, there can be an estimated 90% reduction in accidents. Not just that, with the popularity of shared self-driving cars, the transportation industry will undergo a transformation which will result in a large number who are more comfortable to be driven instead of driving themselves. Next, Lyft predicts that the number of vehicles on the road will triple down by 80%, indicating that the vast spaces of parking lots will now be replaced by homes, local stores, and parks. It just doesn't get any better than this just because Lyft promises point to point mobility via autonomous electric vehicles, which is more affordable and convenient. The company has revolutionized the transportation industry by enabling the transition from an ownership model to a service model, thereby delivering the true freedom to ride, which represents the letter Y in Lyft. Combining integrity, humanity, and strong execution, here is a video showing how Lyft has partnered with a global technology company called Aptiv and has started providing services through autonomous electric cars in Las Vegas. Talking about its core competencies, Lyft exceeds expectations as far as catering to consumer needs are concerned. Through the launch of the Ride Safe program, Lyft ensures that riders who, after a night of drinking or simply a tough day at work, reach their homes safely. It is also developing a technology which predicts when the rider needs help on realizing that the ride has stopped for an unusual amount of time. Finally, through its Disaster Relief Access Program, Lyft makes transportation easy by contributing to relief funds and providing free rides to those in need. For instance, families affected by natural disasters like Hurricane Harvey and Irma, mass shootings in Las Vegas, and most recently, the coronavirus pandemic. The ride-sharing company distinguishes itself by creating a brand around values and high quality. Lyft maintains an advantage over competitors due to the combination of its core values and environmental awareness that it creates. All of this enables it to grow through purpose. Unlike its competitors, Lyft takes pride in fostering a personable employee culture alongside building a community-oriented environment. By exploring the autonomous electric vehicle space and with its strong commitment to cleaner cities, the company looks forward to making consistent brand activism and loyalty.
Upon conducting a SWOT analysis, we found that Lyft focuses on building its strengths, correcting any weaknesses, exploiting potential opportunities, and attempting to avoid any foreseeable threats. Some strengths include strong brand recognition. Lyft is well known among U.S. consumers operating in 644 cities in the United States and ranks second in market share of the ride-sharing industry. It is an alternative to taxis. A San Francisco-based company found that 90% of Uber and Lyft passengers were picked up within 10 minutes, while less than 40% of taxi passengers can say the same, making pickups from Lyft often more reliable and significantly faster than taxis. It also focuses on safety. Lyft's drivers are screened and must pass professional administered background checks. The app provides features that help customers match the ride by providing information such as make, model, and license plate of the car, and the driver's photo and name. It also effectively uses technology. Lyft's application is easy to use for both riders and drivers by providing simple and easy access to beneficial features. It's also convenient and luxurious by providing a personal driver that picks up a user at their desired location within a reasonable amount of time and drops the user off where specified. Lyft is also committed to continuous innovation. Lyft was named one of the most innovative companies by Fast Company for its major headway in self-driving cars through partnerships with companies such as Ford and General Motors. Lyft is committed to always exploring new and innovative ways to improve the experience for all users. Some weaknesses include limited profits. Since Lyft only takes 20% of the ride fare, it means that Lyft only makes a limited profit per ride in comparison to the 25% that Uber takes per ride fare. Variable fares and price surges. Lyft ride shares vary based on a variety of factors such as route, time of day, number of drivers available, and any local fees. The variable fares make it difficult to accurately estimate the ride fare, and it means that at certain times and at certain areas, there may be a drastic surge in price for ride fares. There's also a smartphone requirement. Lyft is largely reliant on its mobile app to book rides, which may limit potential customers. Some opportunities include expansion into international market. Currently, Lyft only operates in the United States and Canada, providing additional services such as transportation for students to school or transportation for older patients to hospitals, attracting more drivers to decrease wait time by increasing incentives for drivers, such as providing bonuses, expansion into micromobility as a way to reduce traffic congestion, provide door-to-door mobility options, and present an opportunity for customers to seek a form of transportation that's very quick. Micromobility will enable expansion into areas where use of cars is also impractical. Development of autonomous vehicles with little to no human intervention required, Lyft could potentially boost its profitability by providing its services without drivers who take most of the ride fare profits, and increasing its user base. Since rideshare has grown in popularity in Western countries due to the increase of vehicle ownership. Some threats include competition. Lyft has competition from new companies entering the rideshare industry and from existing companies such as Uber, Get, and Via. Lyft also faces competition from additional taxi companies and public transportation. Imitation. Lyft is a ride-sharing company and can be imitated, and the business concept can easily be copied by others. Lyft faces a threat of other companies entering the industry and losing its customers and/or comparative advantage to them. Changes in consumer demand. Today, we live in a world that's constantly changing, and it's inevitable that the demands of consumers will change over time. These changes can be a threat if Lyft does not try to anticipate the changes and adapt to the wants and needs of its consumers. There's also legal regulations. Lyft faces the threat of a potential legal ban from operating in certain cities and enforcement of regulations that limit the number of drivers on the roads. Market product focus. Lyft is currently partaking in the rideshare industry, and it specializes in providing a service that matches its drivers with its riders. Lyft is attempting to expand into the micromobility market via electronic scooters and bike services into the international market and automated vehicle market. Lyft continues to expand its products and services. Recently, Lyft has been working on bike sharing through its launch of Bay Wheels. Bay Wheels provides access to new hybrid e-bikes through the Lyft app around the Bay Area. Lyft targets persons over the age of 18 looking for mid-distance transportation who do not really have access to vehicles or are looking for a convenient way to get transportation. Lyft frequently targets men and women traveling to work or attending events, those who do not have a valid driver's license, and areas where there are bars and nightclubs. Finally, Lyft positions itself as your friend with a car by encouraging drivers to foster a friendly environment for riders through conversation, inviting riders to sit in the front, and offering a fist bump when drivers enter the car. Lyft's positioning seems to attract younger customers who value Lyft's friendlier and progressive message. In contrast, Uber positions itself as a chauffeur service.
So just to talk about the marketing program, Lyft is a cab service originally introduced in 2012, designed to fill on-demand ride-sharing offered to riders to fill empty seats in passenger vehicles by matching with drivers through the Lyft mobile app available on any smartphone. Lyft offers skilled drivers with flexible working schedules that drive customers based on the cars that they pick. They offer a variety of cars for customers to pick from. They offer more affordable options generally for everyday use, like the classic Lyft with 4 seats and the Lyft XL with 6 seats. But they also offer more premium choice vehicles that are slightly more expensive, such as the Lyft Lux and the Lux Black that have 4 seats and the Lux Black XL with 6 seats. The differentiating factor between the 4 choices are the type of model of the car and ratings of drivers. As seen earlier from the video, aside from cabs, they have recently launched environmentally friendly e-bikes and scooters that are essentially autonomous e-vehicles in various cities known as Go Bikes, where you need 2 taps to lock and unlock them to deliver a friendly, safe, and more affordable transportation option. To get into the pricing strategy for Lyft, Lyft faces great competition from other cab services such as Uber. To be completely transparent with their customers, they have a fare estimator on their website that allows a rider to estimate the cost of the ride. They use a dynamic pricing strategy, meaning they set different prices for their services in real time in response to a number of factors such as route, time of day, ride type, number of available drivers, current demand for rides, and any local fees or surcharges. Passengers may also see higher ride costs when there is a greater demand for their rides, as Lyft also allows its customers to change destinations mid ride and see lower or higher charges based on what time and place the ride was requested. Lyft promotes its business primarily through its app, website, and other forms of social media. Through advertising, they mainly use YouTube to hire celebrities and influencers to promote their business. For instance, Undercover Lyft is when a celebrity pranks various people by pretending to be an undercover Lyft driver. Celebrities like Chance the Rapper, DJ Khaled, and Taraji P. Henson have participated in each episode. This unique content sets them aside from their competitors and helps them combat the cold severity that other cab services have towards their customers. They also use billboards and buses to create product awareness. They have partnerships with leading brands such as Delta Airlines and Sky Miles. They host and sponsor local events and campaigns. For example, Pride On boosted their brand awareness as it showcased their support for the LGBTQ community. They also use popular culture such as HBO and the TV series Insecure to stay with the trends and use brightly colored animations to stick to their brand and their logo. Last, they use sales promotions or specialty modes for local events and organizations. For example, Strange Mode to celebrate Halloween and the premiere of Netflix Stranger Things. Additionally, they use discounts on fares to stay competitive. They use buy one, get one free offers and, for instance, Taco Mode, where Lyft partnered up with Taco Bell, where they give out a free taco if you choose a drive-through on your way to wherever you're going. Lyft currently operates in the US and Canada, and they have one of the fastest growing multimodal consumer transportation networks. Their distribution channel is from business to consumer, and they follow an easy 5 step process from a simple sign up, after which the customer selects a destination, and then the riders receive a message from the drivers that the trip has been confirmed. And once they enter the cab, the drivers then navigate to where their drop-off location is.
Although ride-hailing platforms have become ubiquitous and have been dominated by the visible sector of the gig economy in the last several years, they have been competing for market dominance because it's often a coin toss to decide between the two major platforms, Uber and Lyft. So here we've outlined a couple of strategies for Lyft to increase its market dominance and just overall grow as a company. First, we suggest regional and product expansion. Lyft continues to prioritize North America growth over international expansion, whereas Uber has this really large global presence, which you can kind of see in this graph on the right. So if Lyft can find an efficient and effective way to expand overseas, that would be really beneficial to them. Also, a major investment area for Lyft would be in other in-app transportation modes, such as self-driving cars, bikes, and scooters. This would help them increase utilization and be perceived as a stronger company. Second, Lyft should focus on building a stronger marketing mix program. So when competing with Uber, Lyft really needs a compelling rider acquisition plan. This includes bringing on more drivers, achieving shorter rider wait times, and improving the app, offering cheaper fares, and overall just a significantly better customer experience. Lastly, Lyft should continue to build a positive brand image. So in the past, Lyft has greatly benefited from Uber's brashness. Uber has been involved in a number of scandals and regulatory fights to operate in certain cities. So by strengthening their brand image and expanding their relationship with existing customers, Lyft can see growth of business, especially given its importance among millennials today. So despite the risks, Lyft has clearly demonstrated progress along its pathway to profitability, but I think the real question is whether Lyft can accelerate it. And sustain strong revenue growth and a long-term path towards profitability will I think really remain key to Lyft's valuation. So just to conclude, I think an analysis of their strengths and weaknesses and a proper implementation plan will ultimately help Lyft achieve their goals and mission as well as grow as a company. Thank you.